So, in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, everyone knows how it's best 2 out of 3, and in between those rounds you get the side deck. So, I just want to go over what, in my opinion, are the best side deck cards for that anyone could really use, and just give you some of my reasoning why. So, to start off, I just want to go over I have 5 cards and that I run 3 of, not real, kind of. And the first one I always side deck is the Bystials. The Bystials are just really good against some of the modern decks, such as Yummy and Blue Eyes, if Blue Eyes becomes relevant again. And even stuff, I believe K9 might have a Dark Attribute monster, and even Lunalight, because Lunalight needs to banish some of those things and materials for cost. So I feel like the Bystials are just a solid option for a side deck. Now, I know some decks that main deck, like Branded and some iterations of Regenesis, but Bystials are probably the better side deck cards, unless you're playing those versions of your decks. The other card I would say is side deck worthy is Infinite Impermanence. Now I know it's gone more into irrelevancies due to the Dominus cards and all of that stuff. But Imperm is still one of the better hand traps around. You can activate it from hand if you need to, and if a deck is mostly reliant on monster effects, then Imperm is probably the way to go. Now, I might be crazy for running Imperm. I don't know. That might be me. But another card I run is the Kaijus. Now, the Kaijus are mainly against Lunalight, because if you're tributing something for cost, its effects don't matter. Your opponent has the Liger Dancer. Boom. Kaiju. And that gets rid of the giant towers. So I love running the Kaijus. The Kaiju I mostly slide in is Gamecial. But depending on what deck you're running, any of the Kaijus could really work. So we said the next one I'd like to say is Artifact Lancia. Lancia is still a really good card. Malice is still a deck. No, Malice is not at full power. But Lunalight's still at full power, and they banish a crap ton of cards just to put up their board. Now, looking back at this is probably stupid, because my entire side deck is for Lunalight, but all these different cards could assist in other decks as well, against other decks as well. I'm just not aware of them. But yeah, Malice is still a deck. Lunalight's a deck. Regenesis in some ways, they have to banish cards to get into, I think, Regenesis Lord. And they also Regenesis also banishes cards on your field, which a lot of people aren't aware of, because not many people use the effect, which I understand why. But to keep your cards from being gone in Regenesis, stopping Lunalight and stopping Malice, there's a lot of different ways that this can help. Now, the last side deck card, which is a go figure, everyone's probably going to play this, Dimensional Barrier. Now, off the top of my head, it's the activation of Dimensional Barrier stops Ryziel, stops Mitsurugi, stops Lunalight, stops Yummy, stops K9, stops Dracotail. Basically any deck that's not based around Link summoning, which is awesome. Now, granted, you're going to have to play Trap Trick or something. The best deck to play these Dimensional Barriers is obviously Labyrinth. Setting playing like 3 copies of Trap Trick and then getting access to Trap Trick on your first turn. Like, it's nuts. So I know this is a quicker video than my usual ones, which are about double the length. But thinking about all this is probably... Yeah, thinking about all this just helps me help you guys in a way. I'm not doing this for my... I just like doing this because I want to. Now, I am going to make a Discord, which I'll probably put in the bio of my channel at like some point or one point or another. But I'm always welcome to, like, I'm always open to grow like you guys, and I want to learn as much as you do when playing this game that we all love to play. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you again next time.